All right, so with this table, the question says, what is the rule for this table? And then it gives you a spot to put the rule. And then you have the input in the variable b, 24, 30, 42, and 48. On the output row, you have a variable of c, 4 blank, 7 blank. So we have to find the rule and we have to complete the table. If you look at this table, what's different from the last table that we just worked was this one, you have the larger numbers on the input and the smaller numbers on the output. So we need to keep that in mind. That's always something good to look at when you're working the problems. So if I look at that, I have to think about what do I have to do with the 24 to get 4? So the first thing you might think is, okay, well, let's try subtracting those because the numbers are getting smaller, so I'm probably subtracting. So if I did that, I would have 24, and if I just subtracted the two numbers that are here, 24 minus 4 is 20. Well, if I try that over here with this one, 42, and I make 20 my rule here, and then I go here, 42 minus 20 is 22, not 7. So that won't work. So I have to do something different. So what if we took 24 and I can't add anything to it to get 4? So adding's not going to work. If I tried multiplying, that's also going to give me a bigger number in this case. And so I can't multiply anything to 24 to get 4 as a product. So if subtracting didn't work, another one would be to divide. So if I divided 24 divided by 4, if I know my facts, I would get 6. If I didn't know my facts, what could I do? Well, I could draw 4 circles, and in each of those 4 circles, if you remember from 3rd grade, what you were probably taught was to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and so on until you've used all 24 tallies and divide them up into your 6 spaces, which when you finish would give you 6 into each circle. So we've used 24 tallies, we divided those into 4 different circles, and we get 6 in each circle. So that works. So if we tried that here, if we know our facts, even if you didn't know your division facts, if you knew that 7 times what would give you 42, 7 times 6 gives you 42, then we know the rule is still 6. But because we're going from the larger number, trying to find the smaller numbers, we're going to divide. So our rule is dividing by 6. Okay, so if I didn't know what this one was right here, I see it's got a 4, so it either has to be 5 or 6 because then there's a 7 here. So if I took 24 and I added 6 more, that would give me 30, or I could count by 5s until I get to 30, like this, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I have 6 numbers here, and I counted by 5s until I got to 30, so it's 5. For this one, if I didn't know what this is, it has to be a number larger than 7. So if I had 7 was 42, and I counted up 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, another 6, that would give me 8. So we would have a rule of dividing by 6, and then 5 and 8 would go into the blanks.